Please don't do this when making chocolate nut clusters. I received this wonderful candy for Christmas one year with a gift card with the recipe. So of course I decided to try and make it.
Okay, now I've started off. The first thing I did was prepare my pan that I want to drop my chocolate on. I've got parchment paper here on a big cookie sheet, and I've kind of taped it down with painter's tape because it wouldn't stay down. And I've got now my what I'm going to use to dip it with. Now these are little small cookie scoops. You can use tablespoons or teaspoons, whatever you want to use. Now I've also got my double boiler set up. Now I've got my pan of water here. Now her original recipe called to put it in a crock pot. When I tried it in a crock pot, I wound up scorching the chocolate. So I guess it depends on how good your crock pot is. Now you could also microwave this, but I'm not big into microwaving my chocolate.
Well, I decided to use a double boiler and I just dumped it all in at one time. A whole package of almond bark. Well, it really wasn't almond bark. I couldn't find almond bark because I used vanilla bark. A half a package of chocolate bark. A whole bar of German chocolate. A 12-ounce package of chocolate chips. And then later I put in 2 cups of walnuts. Now I could have used 3. I could have used 4. And let me tell you, if you really want a surprise in your next bite, try this ingredient I will tell you about later. Well, that just really didn't work at all. I couldn't stir it enough or hard enough to get it all to melt, so I just had to take it all out of the bowl.
Okay, now what you really should do, instead of just dropping everything into the bowl at one time, is put a little bit in there, let it melt, and gradually keep adding your additional chocolate. And you're going to have a little bit better results. Okay, everything is looking really melted and creamy, and surprisingly the chocolate chips are taking the longest to melt. But, you know, if a person gets a bite of a chocolate chip, I'm not worried about that. So now I'm going to add my nuts. Now here I have 2 cups of walnuts. Now if you want to save pennies, or if you like peanuts, use dry roasted peanuts. You can use cashews, just whatever nut, I mean pistachios if you like that, whatever nut you happen to like. Now to make this even more yummy, you could add some dried cranberries to it for really some big surprise in your bite. But I'm just going to mix these together. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my heat and get these mixed up. I'm just going to dip these out. Okay, now you know whenever you're cooking anything that you're adding nuts or dried fruit or anything, it seems to all clump in one area or you don't get some in other parts. Now I've got some extra nuts standing by because there's a few of these I think just didn't get enough nuts in them.
Now these will need to go into the refrigerator for several hours, and even overnight is okay. Now these make a soft chocolate, so don't give these as a gift in the hot summertime. And they would work even better if they were dropped on individual cupcake liners or placed on tin foil.
Okay, you can put these in some food grade little bags. You can make a little gift box out of it. There's just so many different things you can choose from. It can be for Christmas, Valentine's, get well, wherever your imagination leads you.
Now these store really well in the refrigerator in a sealed container and can be made weeks, if not months in advance in the refrigerator, are as ready as a last minute gift or a snack when company drops by. And homemade cooking is surprisingly easy, healthier for you and your family, and tastes great. Like, subscribe, and share for even more of these amazing recipes.